Well, hello, my gig workers. It's so nice to see you here. I've been watching Joe Gig and Jen on the Go do their app swaps. It was delightful. They're so creative. I wish I could be more creative. I never even figured out the green screen behind us. Too old? I don't know. I'd love a tutorial. Anyway, I'm just finishing my Wicked Joe's French roast and settling in. And I've been kind of chuckling to myself when people talk about the multi apping. It's just like dating. And, I'm 70 now and long term married, but back in the day, 55 years ago, when, I was dating, I mean, high school, right? It was always funny because it's like, play the field. My nickname was Sally, which is a nickname of Sarah. And it's like, play the field, Sally. Don't take the first thing that comes along. Isn't that how we get when it's like a slow day with apping, even if it's multi apping, and suddenly, we have that goal of like nothing under $7 or $8 for DoorDash or Uber Eats, and suddenly we're taking a $5 because it keeps us busy. I'm guilty of that. Just I just I'm at I'm the horse, the racehorse at the in that little pen, and I'm just ready to go. And so it's like I can't be choosy. I get choosier as the day goes on though, but it's just kind of funny. So it's like play the field, and it's like you kind of have to undo that in your head if you've been brand or app loyal for a long time. It's like, well, no, I could never give up Instacart. Like they won't like you if you, do another app like DoorDash or Uber Eats or Grubhub. We don't have Corner Shop here. Shipped didn't like me when I did my video thing, so I don't have that on. And it's just kind of funny because it's like you feel like you're cheating on them and you're not. You're your own CEO, CFO, and you want to make some money. And so you're going to conduct, which app, which batch, which order you request that you get and decide whether to go with it or not. Am I going to decline this? Am I going to ignore this on Instacart? Am I just going to like, do what I do? So it is kind of funny, and for me, being that old school, you leave the dance with who you went with type of gal, all those years in the dark ages. It was it was kind of interesting to kind of go from Instacart to, well, I was all Uber with people pre-pandemic, and then in March that whole thing happened. So I still did it, but it was workers. I could tell when the Uber requests came in. Then I stopped doing that. Then I don't think I did Uber Eats until like seriously until really a couple of months ago, back into kind of the post pandemic, but we still have, all of it around us, but rules have kind of been lifted a little bit. Plus, it's the season. So it's warmer and it's sunnier, and there's more people here on the Cape, and the motel and hotel orders a lot of the food delivery. And the houses, you can tell the rental, especially when you pull up to the house and it says, vacation rental, that the people are there for a week and they did the Instacart. So it's just been kind of funny in my old fashioned way to kind of be comfortable with the multi apping for a reason that has nothing to do with multi apping. It's that whole dating and sticking with what you got and not taking, the first one off the street because it's like a lousy boyfriend is better than no boyfriend. Well, that was decades ago. But it's just so funny how it tickles me to think of how, oh no, I couldn't multi-app. And I remember when Instacart was on demand, and so you signed up for this thing, and I'd be, driving an hour away for a $9. I remember one time it was a $9 order. It was a balloon and a flower or something like that. And it was an elderly lady sending that to another elderly friend that had just gotten out of the hospital. And, there was the usual $2 tip. So it was like a $9 order, $2 tip, $7 order. And it's like, that, wow, that's exciting. And I remember one week I made like $42. I'm so glad it's on demand now. But it has been interesting, and I am getting used to multi-apping and, shutting down, well, in the case of Uber Eats and DoorDash, shutting down, pausing with DoorDash and going, offline with Uber Eats when the orders come in. So and also getting the flow of it, like Sunday morning. I know that it's just forget Uber Eats at that point, even though huge batches were coming in, but I don't want to be locked into a batch that, has a $10 tip with, 76 items. I don't want to do that for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I'd much rather put my, show my cards and just do the delivery of the food of the DoorDash and Uber Eats. Bing, bada bing, bada bing. Huge orders. People are happy. It's Sunday. They're either here on the Cape, nestling in, because Sunday is sometimes the first morning of their week's vacation. And for some people, Saturday and Sunday, sometimes that's when you depart, depending on the rental setup. Some are Sunday to Saturday, and then they clean, and the new one comes in. Anyway, TMI, right? But you kind of get the feel from it. And some people have, well, we might as well have our favorite Dunkin' Donuts meal, or Burger King breakfast meals because we're going to be doing the long drive, or we just got here and we're going to celebrate with that. Or a regular place that's not a franchise, like we haven't had that since we were here last. Let's get it again. So. And I admit I'm pulled into this homemade donut place every time I drive by it because it's only open on weekends. It's not part of the food delivery. It's just driving by and seeing the long line, and it's like, oh, that must be good. Hmm. And we had a lot of those kind of places pre-pandemic, and I was growing up as a kid because it's Cape Cod and it's a resort area where, people sell the business, but they won't sell the recipe for the famous one was called a meltaway, and there was this huge backlash, and kind of reminds me of the Gordon Ramsay. Oh my God, why can't I think of it? I have a backstory to it. The Hell's Kitchen, where the contestants were given food and they had to guess what the ingredients were and recreate it and sort of thing. But anyway, back to Instacart, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. So on Sunday mornings, I kind of like let the Instacart part go till around 9 or 10. And I don't want those big orders at that point. I want in, out, $10 tip. Thank you very much. And an hour later, I've shopped it, delivered it, and I'm back into the next the next rush of people that can sleep until 9 or 10 o'clock, and then they start in with their, breakfast fare. Starbucks stays busy all day long here on the Cape. And then the other ones move in. I don't know, at some point they probably transition from their breakfast menu to their lunch menu. I don't know. I just go, I pick it up, and I deliver it. But it's just been funny to lose the dating thing, like you're cheating on somebody, that loyalty thing. And it's funny that they call the card with all the little numbers on it the loyalty card. When I shop, I go with what's on sale, the leader items at all the grocery stores for myself, and no different than them too. So it was an adjustment to like feel that I could multi-app and that they're not going to break up with me because I do it. And I see all these other gig workers that are offered this incredible come back to us promo bonus sort of thing if you do so many batches or deliveries, and we don't have any of that on the Cape, so it must be kind of saturated with people, and they can go like this: we don't care, we don't have to offer you anything special because we know that you're hungry, and you're here and you're hungry. So it once again, like dating, why does the person have to appreciate the person they're with because they're there, right? You know, the incentives come when they're trying to be lured back in, you know. Just kind of funny. Just thought I'd bring that up. Just one of those curious little things from Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. Early morning, it's 5 a.m., and I'm getting ready to bathe and get ready for the busy day in my little Camry with its little scuff marks on it. Hope you have a wonderful day. And like a lot of people say here, anything over 100 is a great day, right? I do this 7 days a week. I'm ready at 6 a.m., although they aren't. You know, things don't really open up, but I could scoot off because I'm an old lady and get into the senior shopping from 6 to 7 and pick up some of my own things, which is kind of cool. And then be ready for when things happen. And I haven't tried the parking by the Starbucks or the breakfast franchises are kind of spread out, so there's not like one central place to park and you know get good things. But usually Starbucks is my first order of the day, and so that's it. I'm so glad you're here because there's a lot of options out there for gig workers on in the YouTube world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you here the next time. This has been Sarah with Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. Bye-bye for now.